Hi, this is Genevieve Stafford Jack, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about why is property such a great investment? Well, from my perspective, I believe that it's a great investment, and today I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why and a 4th bonus point, Niana. So if you stand till the end of the video, you're going to find out 4 reasons why property investing is a great investment. So point number 1. Guys, is it not just obvious that population is growing, right? Whether people are coming through into South Africa or growing internally, back at the ranch, the bottom line is the population is ever growing. It keeps growing, and which then leads into the point that people will always need accommodation. They will always need a roof over their head. Now, I'm not one to talk against other forms of investing, and today I'm really just here to say, from what I see, from what I've learned, from what I observe, I truly believe that property investing is the way to go. Because just think about it, as the population increases, so is your possibility of somebody renting out the property that you have bought for investment purposes. Point number 2. Now, there's a sneaky little thing not many people know. I call it sneaky. I didn't know it until I actually went through property education. Is that when you are paying your bond, there is an interest portion that you pay, right? It is tax deductible. So when you hand in all your documentations to SARS, you include your property investment, your investment property, okay? Because this is not for your house that you're staying in. I'm talking about an investment property. So when you include your investment property, part of the tax deductibles, right, is that interest portion that you can then claim your tax back on. The third thing is where I want to just sit and marinate just for a very short bit. The third thing is something called refinance. Now, for many of you that don't know refinance, it is the equity that you have in your property. So if you buy your property at 500,000, but on market, that particular property is worth 800,000, but you got it as a bargain. Why? Because the property was run down and you needed to do some renovation around it, really fix it up so that somebody can stay in there without, switching the light on and being electrocuted or something crazy like that, right? And then you are the one that helped with renovation and you brought it up to the standard that when you sell that property on market value, you could sell it at 800 instead of the 500 that you got for the property. Now, there's this one thing many property investors go on about: cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. And then the really smart investors go on about equity. Equity is the market value versus how much you owe in the property, that small difference. So if you just think about this, so if you bought a property that is actually worth 800,000 and you have closed that deal on 500,000, all your renovation and your costs and everything is in that 500,000. You bought this 300 in equity, right? Now this 300 in equity over a period of time, you will then be able to go to the bank and do whatever refinancing or apply for that money that is there, and that money will be able to be granted to you. Now, I am no banker. Used to be, but no longer. I am no banker, so I want to encourage you going this route of actually refinancing. Consult your bank so that you are in good stead and you know that you are working with facts. When you go to the bank and you ask, my bank, I would like to refinance my property because I want to extend, or I want to take that money out. Some people actually take their money out to settle all the debt around them. So all the monies that they've been paying to the debt, they now will bundle it and pay towards the bond. And others, such as property investors, will take out that 300,000 or up to 300,000, depending on what the bank will loan you in that term in your refinance. So now they'll take out that equity and decide, you know what, I can go to an area where I could get a flat, and I buy that flat cash, right? Which then means I've got the financing cost has actually come from a bond because I went to go and refinance that bond, right? And in terms of that money, when your new tenant in your 2-bed, 1-bath is paying you, you'll be paying the money back also as well to your bond. So I really trust that these 3 points on why is property such a great way to invest your money? Why is it a great investment? I trust that these 3 points actually really hit home when you think about it. But I did promise you a bonus point, right? So at this point, I just want to say, if you're enjoying this video so far, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified on each time I post videos. And the bonus point is really just talking to the time that we are sitting in right now. When you look at things globally, the pandemic that has hit, guys, if you have to really go back in history, whenever there's been a global crisis, we go through markets just going, we go through the most. There's a lot of people that go through loss. But there's the investors that at that time can borrow money from the bank. They borrow the money and they scoop up all these deals where somebody's been paying years and years and years and years. And because of the pandemic or whichever global crisis, they're unable to meet their commitment. An investor will come along, purchase that at a really, really low price. I want to say right now, sitting in South Africa, how many times in this short space of time has the interest rate just gone lower and lower and lower? So I would like us to learn from a time such as this. When things are bad, historically, it highlights how you can do better. So at the end of the day, during this time, there's many people that have flourished because they've come up with ideas. There's some people that had foreseen, hey, everywhere there's masks. I need to get into the mask business, right? Wearing masks, that is. And everyone's gotten into some sort of lucrative opportunity because it presents itself. Think about this. You go to your local store. There is somebody that's standing at the door, spraying hand sanitizer, and you walk in. Was that person employed before? Or if they were employed, now their job, instead of also being a security guard, has now increased to be a gatekeeper. So in times like this, something that we should always remember is that recessions present lots of opportunity. I am no financial expert, so I want to encourage you that if you're looking at going into property investing, I can teach you that. But when you're looking at things financially on what's happening around the world, what's happening in your own finances, whether you want to do refinance to go and start paying some of the debt that you've got outstanding, I want to encourage you, please, to speak to a financial expert so that they can guide you along these ways. I mean, there's so many things that are coming up right now with all of these bank holidays that we have been given because the bank recognizes that at the end of the day, we're going through this global crisis, and many of us are happy to jump for it, but sometimes we don't understand the repercussions to it. So I want to say that in times of recession, property prices go down, rental prices increase. Now, when we go back to the earlier point that I made, point number 1, there's an increase in demand on rental property, right? There's an increase because the population is growing. Now, being a property investor, you're picking up property investment opportunities at a low price because the property market is going like this. And as it's going down, and the more cheaper you buy, it doesn't necessarily mean the property is cheap. At that time, because of what's happening around us and the decrease in property prices, your rental is always going to be there. So I want you to consider these points. In the long haul, if you are looking for investing in the long haul. Property investing, I believe, is truly the way to go. So I trust that that video has been good and that you've enjoyed that video. And if you enjoyed that video, I would like you to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can get more notifications around the videos that I do post. So stay tuned for August, where I will be dropping a video every day. That's a lot of work I can already see coming my way, but I'm so stoked. Why? I've got a huge pool of questions, and I said, these questions I believe are so informative. If so many people could be asking this question, certainly I owe it to everybody else to really just talk about it and unpack it from my point of view, from facts, from figures, and from different points of view as well that I have collected over time. So without much ado, if you've got a cup of Java, cheers to you. It's a little bit of a chilly one today, so I was like, I don't want to let go of my Java.